Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Mr. New actually isn't here today. He's visiting his mom. But while he's been away, I've been kind of just catching up on some crafts and like Christmas presents that I've been wanting to get to that I need to get done. Because Christmas is really only like 3 weeks away technically, which is like freaking insane. So I wanted to show you really quick some of the things that I'm doing for Christmas presents this year. Handmade Christmas presents. Hopefully I can just incorporate them all into this video, so by the end of the video they'll all be done. But the first thing I wanted to show is this, which I got for Mr. New. I think I'm giving this to him for Christmas because his birthday's like right around Christmas, so I have to get like divide out the presents like per birthday, per Christmas. I think this one is for Christmas though. Sorry, I'm listening to the Nutcracker in the background and it's like rah. So this is akin to the adventure book that's on Up, the movie Up. Him and his wife have this book and they obviously just put pictures and little mementos from their adventures inside of this book. And since me and Mr. Newt definitely plan on going on lots more adventures in the future, and we haven't really documented any of the adventures we've been on in the past, I thought this would be a really good idea for him, kind of like sentimental. So I decided on this one. This one doesn't look exactly like the one in the movie because it's leather, but I just thought the leather looked more classy than the colored. It had this, but it was like colored, if that makes sense. And it wasn't like embossed, like this is like engraved kind of into it. I've been collecting photos to kind of put into it. So I've got all these photos to add to it. If you open it up, then it just kind of has these like kind of, I guess old style looking pages. And then you can just put your photos in there or write in it or do whatever you want to do. So I'm definitely excited to get this put together. So this is Christmas gift number 2. I just made this last night. Of course I didn't film the process because I didn't think it was going to turn out this well. But this is his dog who has since passed away, Leo. He passed away last Christmas, so I just wanted to make him this little memento kind of his dog. You might notice that his nose has that little indentation, and it's because, like, last minute I decided to make a little disc for, like, disc golfing, which him and his dog like to go on together a lot, and this tennis ball, which he really liked to play with tennis balls. And I'm going to put these tiny little magnets inside there and then one inside of his snoot so that he can like place the different objects. Like if he wants him to be holding a disc, it'll just be like this. But I haven't done that yet. I need to do that today. I'm going to cover these in resin and then I'm going to glue in the little magnets. And then this is something else I've been working on. This is not the finished product, but I'm doing this dog portrait for somebody. It looks good on camera. Again, this is not what it's going to look like, okay? So let me explain. So I'm doing this dog portrait, wood burning, if you will. I don't know the technical term for it. So I got this plaque. This is like a whole thing. Also, don't trust ChatGPT. It doesn't always give you the correct information. So this is the wood plaque that I have for the dog. So I did originally try to sketch on the outline onto this, but I tried to sketch it on here and it just wasn't working out. I'm not the best drawer these days. Like, I can draw, but like realistic stuff isn't really my taste. So this is the picture of the dog that's going onto the plaque. I decided to print it out and then I'm just going to transfer it with carbon paper, which makes it, you know, the process a lot easier. Whatever. So this is fine. This is what it's going to look like. It's like the perfect size, perfect whatever, great. So I was talking to like ChatGPT and asking it what is like a budget-friendly wood burning tool that I can use to make a pet portrait. So it suggested the walnut hollow wood burning tool. And I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't really look too much into it, okay? This is like, I don't know, $30, $40 for this whole thing. Comes with a bunch of nibs and stuff. I was like, I'll be good. So I get it and then I'm practicing because I've never burned anything in wood before. So I've been practicing. I bought another little piece of wood and I just did his head and I was gonna maybe practice on the back, but I don't think I need to. So I've just been practicing and I'm watching like these tutorials of people that are burning wood and they're using these nibs that look nothing like the nibs that I'm using. They're like, they have two kind of like prongs and then they meet in the middle, kind of like this. They kind of look like this, kind of. The nibs that I'm using, it like, this is the tool if you can see that. So this is one of the nibs, and then there's like different ones that you can get, but they're all just like screw in, and they all just kind of are this generic whatever. Come to find out, the nibs that I'm using are not the correct nibs to be doing dog portraits with fur. The ones that I have, I can do it with them. As you can see, like, it doesn't look too bad. This ear doesn't look too bad, and then I was doing, just messing around, I did 2 different textures in the nose yesterday. I don't know if you can see that. And then the mouth, I was just messing around with some texture, and then the eyes. So again, this is practice, and I've never done wood burning before. So the nib that I have to use is like this, I think they call it the universal nib. It's this, basically. This little nib. So from what I can tell, I have my work cut out for me. I'm not buying another freaking like wood burning tool set. I'm not doing that. I don't plan on making this a hobby. It was just came into my head. Why? Because it was probably the most difficult option to recreate this image of a dog for somebody that I could probably muster. I could have painted it. I could have done like a watercolor and acrylic painting. I could have even done like a charcoal drawing or digital art drawing. No, I decided to do wood burning, which I've never done before, in a time crunch on a plaque that, like, this little bit of shading took me like most of yesterday. This is going to be like hours of work, but I think that it's going to look really good. Having coming back to it the next day, like yesterday I was looking at this and I was like, this is freaking trash. Just what I was practicing, but having coming back to it today, I'm like, okay, it doesn't look that bad, and I need to give myself a break because I literally, oh my god, the nutcracker is just blasting in the background. I need to just give myself grace and know that I'm going to do the best with it that I can, and it's going to be fine. The key is to get the eyes and the nose and the shading done right, like where the dog has dark spots, light spots. He's got a chest piece on him, and just stuff like that. Like once you get those down, everything else is going to look pretty good. It just figures that, like, and I went back into ChatGPT and I was like, hey, why did you recommend this set to me? Because this is not what anybody uses for animal portraits, because the fur. And it was like, oh, well, you wanted a budget friendly, whatever, man. Those are 3 things that I'm working on. Something else, we're going to go to Michael's today once Mr. Newt gets back, like I said. This is something else that me and Mr. Newt are going to be working on for my mother for her Christmas present. So this is all I have so far, but what we're going to do, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, people make little translucent mushrooms out of clay and then you can stick little twinkle lights up in them. So I want to make like kind of a scene in this and just have like it coming down, like maybe at an angle. I'm not sure how that's gonna work because I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I would like for this to stay on top to not move, but I don't know what to do with the twinkle lights because the box is pretty big. I don't know if we can maybe just like carve out the bottom of this and like stick them underneath. So if you want to turn it on, you just kind of like tip it and then press on, off, whatever. But that's what I want to do in here. And then for Mushi, I don't feel like getting it right now. It's upstairs. I'll show you later. A green sparkly slug. And I'm wanting to put like some rice in it and like jasmine rice and just for some weight and maybe some lavender. But I think it'll be cute. It should be about like, I think this big, but I've only basically got like the head portion done. I've got like this much done. Also, somebody ordered these 2 from my Etsy shop, Corner Creatures. If you're interested, I sell adorable little keycaps and whatnot. But somebody ordered these 2 little guys from there as like a set, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I hope they're gonna go on the same keyboard together. But this is their little hats, a little lily pad, and a little forest leaf. This leaf actually turned out so good. I was so impressed with it. But yeah, these 2 little guys are so cute. I love them so much. And I need to glaze them and get them ready to mail out today. I think that's basically it. I'm gonna go get some breakfast and then I will update you guys periodically throughout the coming weeks. Kind of random, but this has been like my favorite breakfast lately. Mr. Newt hates this, which I think is hilarious. But it reminds me of Mapo, and I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but it's this like, it's basically literally this. It's just cream of wheat, maple brown sugar, instant hot cereal, and I just love it so much. And I just use some almond milk, and it's really good. I think it's delicious. Also, one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment, if anybody's interested, her name's Emmy Klatt, and this is what her YouTube looks like. But she's really cool, and she does lots of like crafting stuff and whatever. Yeah, 2 totally random topics, but felt like I needed to share. I just finished putting resin on, I think, everything. Yeah, I've just had resin go on Nick's dog, Leo. I just have the resin going on his bum. But I just had the little frog and toad keycaps in there. Just for a little extra whatever. But these guys are all done. Here they are in the sunlight. You can see they're all shiny and adorable. And I really hope this person loves these because I put a lot of time and care into each one of these. So yeah, I'm gonna package these 2 up and hopefully get them ready to be milled out today.
And you heard the unmistakable metallic rasp of a blade being drawn. Aaron bared his own sword and whirled, barely avoiding a blow that almost severed his hand from his impact that jarred through his body, rattling every bone and nerve. He staggered, feeling the instant of panic. This was no woman, he thought.
Okay, and here is Mr. Leo. He's all done now. I kind of am regretting putting resin on him. I had to do 2 coats, of course, because the resin decided to be a pain in the butt. And it didn't cure properly the first time. So you can see where it's like all really shiny here. It was really like pockmarked and it just didn't cure right, of course. And unfortunately, with resin, like, you lose a lot of little tiny details. And since he's already black, like, the details were already kind of hard to notice. Like, the details in his tail. Now it's just kind of like, you can't really see the hair in his tail and stuff. So I'm a little disappointed with that. I do like how shiny he looks, but I am really disappointed with how the resin came out and how it's kind of just hiding a lot of details that you would have been able to see a lot better if I hadn't used it. But sometimes resin works out really well, and other times like this, I'm just like, why, you know? But it still looks really good. It's cute. It's just, you know, one of those things. So I'm going to add these little magnets. I also covered the ball and the disc with resin as well, so they're nice and shiny. And I'm going to add the magnets now. That's another thing. The resin hole where the magnet's supposed to go in, it appears to be full now, of course. So resin kind of just screwed me for this whole thing. It was looking so good. And all the little details and stuff, and like his little eyebrows, you could see it really well. And since I put the resin on it, it's like it kind of took away from a lot of that. So I'm pretty disappointed with that, but I don't think Mr. Nude's going to mind, because you can still see that it's like, it's definitely his dog. Okay, so this is a little Leo figure complete. Take the disc, and it just sticks there. Super cute. And then if you want to, you can interchange it with the tennis ball, just like that. So it looks like he's holding a tennis ball or a little disc. I made these 3 things over the last 2 days. These 2 I'm actually most impressed with, these little koi ponds. And I've never made a koi fish before, but I had a lot of fun making this. I mean, hopefully it looks like a koi fish. And I'm just gonna glaze the inside of the koi fish pond, well, all the ponds. I'm just going to glaze the inside so that the moss looks more realistic. And this is the other one. And I just used chalk pastels to color the fish. I know they're like different colors, but I kind of just stuck with the traditional orangey tangerine color for them. I had a lot of fun making these ponds, and I feel like they're a lot easier to make than you would think, because the pond it comes out very organic looking when you put it through the pasta maker to get the bottom, and then whatever shape comes out, that's just what you work with. So I think I'm actually going to sell some of these on my Etsy. I'll probably just make like 2 or 3 and put them on there and see how they do. And then this is the duck pond, but just got 2 little ducks in there. The only thing left, Mr. Newt's going to make a sign that says current free zone, because it's kind of like a joke for the person that we're giving it to. So I'm very happy with all these. This is the clay that I used for it. Sculpey Primo Great Granite. And then I'm working on this pet portrait, just burning it. And I might work on this a little bit today. I haven't decided yet, but I've got like my highlights and the shading areas that I need to do. So I'll probably work on like the very basic outline first, and then do the eyes and the nose, and I might do that today, but we'll see. I haven't like really decided yet. Actually, I haven't really made a tofu scramble before with this kind of tofu. Usually when we make tofu scrambles, like me and my mom, we use Caribbean tofu, and then you use like bourgeois and liquid smoke. So I think I'm going to try that recipe, but just use this. I haven't made a tofu scramble in like forever, so we'll see. So this is how my simmer pot ingredients are looking. So I have dried apples, which I still have a few sets of these left in the oven. But apples, oranges, and then my cinnamon sticks, of course. And I actually have this simmer pot simmering here now. The only thing that I'm not going to do is cranberries, but I did do just an orange simmer pot, and I didn't like it as much as doing it with apples. So I don't know if that's just me, or I thought you did like, well, you can do a simmer pot like with just oranges and other spices, but I really like combining the oranges and the apples, and I do like just apple simmer pots too, because it just smells like apple pie and stuff like that. So the only other thing that I'm going to add when I'm making my packets is allspice. I've got like the actual little nugs, and then whole cloves. I also ordered some craft bags that I can put these into to give to people for Christmas. Hello! So today is currently Friday. It's the Friday after whatever the last day I posted about was. And I just got off of work a little bit early. I think for now I just got another simmer pot on with apple, cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and then like cardamom, ginger, and nutmeg. So I have that going. So the house is going to smell amazing very soon. I have a clay date tonight with Mushi. So I have a couple things I want to work on. I think I'm going to make another koi pond, or maybe 2 more. I might make 2 more of these, and then I have an idea in mind for Mushi to make something for her. I might also put resin on these tonight. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to work on tonight with her directly, but I have an idea for a present that I want to make her, which I can still do because she wouldn't be able to see it necessarily over a Zoom call or whatever. It's not a pond, but it would be the shape, and then instead of rocks I would do like a mushroom circle. And then in the mushroom circle, I put ghosts, maybe a few gnomes, and some gravestones. Just kind of like a graveyard with a couple of like her favorite things, because she loves gnomes, she loves ghosts, and she loves mushrooms. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that, but I might need to sketch out that idea a little more, like flesh it out before I start it. But we've only got like freaking like 2 weeks before Christmas, so I may or may not do that today. I don't really have a weekend this weekend because tomorrow we're doing a side job, and then Sunday we have to go up to my mom's family, which are like several hours away. So that's like a whole day thing, and then they want to do some shopping up north, my mom and my brother. So we're not really going to have a weekend. Yeah. So all that to say, I don't have a lot of time between hither and thither to get these projects done. The main thing, I think, I don't want to because I'm procrastinating, but the main thing that I need to do is work on that plaque, the dog plaque, because I think that's going to take me the most amount of time, but we'll see. And then I also have to make 2 ghosts. Actually, I already made one. I made this little ghost phone hipper. This little guy. He's actually a blushing ghost, but the blush is hard to pick up on camera. But you can definitely see it in person. So I need to make another one of those, and then I need to send those out. So those are all the things I need to do. I think I'm just going to pick up the house really quick first, just do like a quick vacuum. I've got the laundry going, which you can probably hear. And then tonight with Mushi, I may work on one of my orders, / glaze these, / maybe make a couple more of the koi ponds. I will update probably a little bit later tonight once I've gotten some stuff done. Also, I wanted to show you guys this really quick. Mr. Newt got me these last year for Christmas, but I love Krampus, and he got me this Krampus bell, which is the bell that Krampus gives to, like, the survivor, I guess, or at least that's what he did at the end of the movie. I'm not sure what the actual, like, heritage is around the Krampus bell, or if that was just from the movie that came out not that long ago, but yeah. And then he also got me this little guy. I don't think it says what these are. I'm not sure what these are exactly. Me and Mushi actually saw a whole bunch of these at a shop up in Salem when we went there. But it's a little Krampus, and he's so cute. I love his button eyes. I actually want to make like some clay creations and put button eyes on them because I love Coraline. But this doesn't have anything to do with Coraline. I'm not sure what these are called exactly, but he's so cute and I love him. So I just keep him right there on my desk with a little bell. I just finished making all the bags of the simmer pots for people. So I added, well, there's hardly any left now, but there's apple and there's a bunch of oranges left. And then cinnamon sticks and ground ginger, ground cardamom, and ground nutmeg. And then I added some allspice and cloves. So this is the wreckage. This is for my mom's family. Going to bring these up tomorrow. The only thing I don't like with this is the powder. It kind of makes it look powdery. But other than that, these will smell amazing. Hello, I just woke up like half hour ago or something like that. It is Wednesday, I don't know the date, December something. I ended up taking today off. I was going to take it off originally to go to a baking shop with my mom, but she's having some issues with her car, so I just ended up staying home anyways. It's supposed to be kind of like a snowstorm today, but I have so many projects I have to work on before Christmas, which is in like 2 weeks. It's kind of funny because Mushi was just saying, she's like, oh, you know, sucks to be an artist this time of year because you're constantly hand making gifts for people. So obviously that's like all a lot of work. So I'm gonna show you my progress on the plaque that I'm doing of the dog, pit bull to be more precise. So this is what I have done so far. Some changes I need to make. This needs to actually be lighter up here and then darker just basically around the eyes, like rimming the eyes. But I need to sand this down. I was having such trouble with this eye, getting it symmetrical to this one, and I think I finally got it. The problem that I wasn't anticipating, I was like, oh, like this will be fine because if you mess up you can sand it. Well, yes, you can sand it, but then it slowly makes a divot. So it's like if you run your finger over it, you can feel it like dive down just because I had to sand it over so many times. So that's a little bit of a pain, but it's fine. Like that eye is done for now. Like I'm not going to mess around with it too much. I just have to do some more shading. And I'm just slowly working on the hair. I did some underneath the chin here, and I need to redo this clasp. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I already kind of put it in, but it does look kind of stupid, so I need to redo these two fixtures on the collar and make the side of the muzzle a little bit darker. I'm kind of working side to side because obviously of the way that the hair goes, so I need to make this darker, I need to lighten this, and then make it darker around the eyes, and then this middle area is going to be darker, and then lighter here, and then kind of blend some of these, like this area, which is supposed to be shadow, that I kind of did like really dark there, so I might sand that out a little bit and do it like a little bit lighter or something. So that's basically where I'm at with that. For reference, this is the dog that I am doing this of. Super cute. So I'm just kind of like looking at his picture and trying to get, he's got so many different color variations on his face, but I'm mostly just trying to work on the very dark parts, so like around his eyes and then his muzzle. So I'm trying to like get that down, obviously, because those are distinguishing features of his face. And I thought I was doing all right, but then I noticed that this is too dark up here. But the rest of this should go pretty easy. He's got this white patch on his chest, so that takes up quite a bit of hair strokes. I basically just have to like outline around his chest, which I already have it done, and then just do like the hairline where it meets in the middle a little bit, and then just follow the hair down. And I also don't have to do these toes because they're white. So hopefully I can work on this today, and we'll see. It's a nice wintry, cozy day to stay inside and just work on crafts. And I'm gonna try not to get too overwhelmed because I can feel it kind of settling in. Like, you need to get everything done today, right away, and it's just going to burn me out. And I do not want to get burned out because I've been having fun with these art projects, so I'd like to continue to be having fun with them as I continue to make them. So it's been, I think, like 3 hours. I just finished my classwork. I decided to do that first just to get it out of the way. So I've been working on that since about 10 or so. It's 11:40 now, and I was going to start working on the wood because I also don't really want to work on that. And like, everything is going wrong. So the nibs, this tool, like this is my wood burning tool, it said not to change up nibs when it's hot, but Mr. Newt seemed to think that I could do that. So I had been doing that, and now it seems that some of the nibs are stripped, slash the inside of this shaft area is stripped. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to successfully finish this without having to buy a new tool now that I've committed to the project, and I'm only like a fourth of the way through it right now, so that's really freaking awesome. So that's really frustrating, but I was able to get another similar nib kind of screwed in. It's not screwed in fully, but it's screwed in somewhat, so hopefully that'll be enough that I can just continue on. I want to finish the face today and the neck of the dog, and then I'm going to work on the rest of it, which shouldn't take me too long. This is what I have. I finished the parts that I wanted to finish today, I think. One side looks lighter than the other. They're both the same coloring. I don't know why it's doing that. But I finished up the eyes, the ears, this part of the face. I added some head wrinkles because little piggies always have head wrinkles. And then I finished this part of the neck. I might mess around with the muzzle a little bit more, but I haven't decided yet. But it's looking pretty good so far. But right now I'm going to work on some clay stuff. So I'm going to make my other ghost hipper and then bake those two, and then I'm going to move right into the koi ponds and hopefully get at least 2 of those done today. Those were the main things that I needed to do. I'm very happy with the progress that I've made on the plaque. I was having kind of a rough morning, but things seem to have smoothed out a little bit. So I'm going to just do a little more shading on the top for the eyes, and then I'm going to make my switch into clay mode and make the hipper. I just finished these two little phone hippers, two little ghosts, two little blushing ghosts. So I'm going to pop them in the oven. These don't take too long to make, so I was able to just whip up a couple more. But there's a little bit better shot of them. And I make these out of translucent clay, so when they go in the oven, they're going to look a little more jelly. I don't know if I showed the finished piece last night, but this is the finished scene for Mushi. It's so freaking cute. I love the little ghost that's peeking out in the back behind the headstone. I was going to write RIP on the headstone, but I think I might just leave it blank just to make it look a little bit older. I was trying to go for it looking older, that's why I put moss around the edges and the little gnome on top. So these are like some of Mushi's favorite things, of course, which is gnome, ghosts, and mushrooms. And then the cemetery, of course, has a little bit of a spooky vibe. I did the mushroom circle around the headstone because she likes mushroom circles, but I was super happy with how it turned out. The only thing I might do differently in the future, if I was to make like a mushroom ring again, is to make the mushrooms smaller. They turned out a little bit too big. I think they look fine for this, but I mean, those are some big mushrooms if you're looking at it comparatively, compared to like a headstone, compared to, you know, whatever. And I also don't know if I'm going to glaze this one because I don't want it to take away from the moss texture that's all over the bottom. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. Hi everyone. So it is currently Monday, December 15th. I'm mostly going to focus on the rest of the gifts that I have to finish that I'm making. I just showed my little cemetery scene that I made for Mushi. This was super fun to make. My favorite is the little ghost in the back that's like peeking out. He's so cute. Yeah, so I finished this piece for Mushi. I have a list of everything that I have to do. I have to finish a sign for the duck pond that I made, and then I have to finish my wooden plaque. I have to start on my mushroom, light up mushroom scene for my mom at some point. I have to finish my crochet slug, glaze all the ponds that I made. I have to work on this adventure book, which I showed at the beginning of the video for Mr. Newt. I have to work on that today because this is the last day that I know that he won't be around to see what I'm working on all day. And then I have 2 keycaps that I have to make for my Etsy shop. So I have so much stuff I have to get done. I had quite a hefty list of things that I wanted to make for people this year, but I'm pretty much done with the majority of it. I know it doesn't seem like that. I finished up 2 koi ponds yesterday. So these are all the ponds that I've made. So 4 koi fish ponds and then 1 duck pond. This is the one that I mentioned earlier that needs to have a sign made. That's kind of Mr. Newt's project. So he's gonna work on that at some point. And then I have to glaze all of these ponds. But each one is for somebody for Christmas. These were the 2 that I finished yesterday. I liked how I put this clay through my roller to make the base of the pond, and I was just using the organic shape that came out of the roller. But I do like, these are the first 2 ponds that I made, and I like their shapes a lot better than these 2. For some reason they kept making these like weird heart shapes. I don't know why, but they're still super cute. I have to glaze all of these at some point. May or may not be glazing the little mushroom scene. Haven't really decided yet. So I just finished the photo album for Mr. Newt. I'll just show you guys a couple of pages. I basically just used stamps and wrote a few small things under some of the pictures. But a lot of them were pictures to the beach that we had this year. This is when we did our pumpkin heads. This is kind of dedicated to our 2 dogs. And then our trip to the ice castles. And then just this summary spread. So yeah, I think I'll like it. I didn't want to use all of the photos I had either because I have all the space for more, obviously. We're gonna have a lot of photos to add to this after our trip to St. John soon, so I wanted to kind of keep it open for that. So yeah, that's the Our Adventure book so far. Actually, I am done with it, so I'm going to put it aside. I'll probably wrap it up tonight. Hi, so it's currently 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Basically, since the last time I updated you guys, I had breakfast and then worked on that photo album for Mr. Newt, which took way longer than I was expecting it would. I'm happy that's finally finished. I'm freaking tired though. Mentally, I'm just like I don't even have words. I'm going to work on the 2 keycaps that I need to do. I'm going to get them done today, baked today, hopefully glazed. I want to get them out so hopefully they'll get to their owners by before Christmas. They're little forced toed keycaps. So I'm going to watch some YouTube and work on those.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Mm-hmm.